have you interview with me or whatever. My name is Brittany Goss, and I'm a realtor in Gainesville. And my goal was to get people from Gainesville to come in and just talk about the city, talk about why you love Gainesville. I wanted to ask you what brought you here. What brought you to Gainesville? What your first impression of Gainesville was? And so is that?
Oh, yeah.
So I went to Gainesville High, graduated in '93. My husband did. We've been together since high school. So
awesome.
We have 3 boys that went through football. Tucker, I know you probably know Tucker. My son is 26. He was with Bruce Miller, played football, and then my middle son Cam played football
awesome.
too. So we've always, loved Gainesville football. I wanted to talk about why me as a realtor would ask a coach to come into here and have a podcast. So I think we have a lot in common. We're both community builders. We're relationship driven. We are mentors, and we're strategic decision makers. So that's kind of what we have in common, and that's why I wanted to bring you in here today. I did want to ask you, who inspired you to be a coach?
Well, it'd probably be my dad. My dad coached for 35 plus years in the state of Alabama as a high school coach. So, I knew just, being a gym rat and, we didn't go to daycare. I mean, we went to the gym and, you found a ball to play with, me and my brother, and we competed against each other in this. But then to watch my dad build teams and grow connection with players and impact their lives and add value to them, I knew that was something I really, really wanted to be a part of. And to be honest with you, I love sports. That's what my life's always been about, is my faith and my sports. And, I loved all 3 sports growing up. My dad was my high school coach, which was a neat deal. To be able to play with your brother and play for your dad. To be able to have both my boys to play for me. Tad, which is my brother, is our offense coordinator on my staff. His son played for him. And and now his son's a coach. My son, Shaw, who's my oldest son, he's our running backs coach and teaches marketing at the high school.
Oh, wow, okay.
My daughter's an elementary school teacher at Enoda, just started this past year. And then Sky, my youngest boy, played it shorter. He's got 2 more years eligibility left, and then he'll come back and coach too. Okay. So, I think, honestly, Brittany, for me, it's probably not as much about coaching as it is about having a ministry. I think we all have a mission in life that only we can fulfill and accomplish. I think there's only a message like you can give and I can give, and God's kind of blessed you with that message. And He'll put the right people around you. He'll give you the right opportunities, and He'll give you the right vehicle to use. And so for me, it's been coaching, and I love every minute of it.
That's awesome. That's kind of what I get feedback from just watching your videos, that you're full of faith, and we love that and we appreciate that because you're leading our youth.
Well, and like I said before, God's blessed me tremendously. I'm not saying I'm perfect by no means. None of us are. We all sin and fall short of the glory of God. But I understand when I wake up every day that it's not my life, it's God's life, right? It's not my plan, it's God's plan. It's not my will, it's His will. And as you go through the day and you make different decisions, some hard, some a little bit easier, you have opportunities, some that you want to come your way, some you don't want to come your way. Just try to rejoice in the fact that I get to wake up every day, and if it's a situation I don't want to have to deal with, then I have the courage to stand against it and stand firm and face it. If it's a deal that I love, then I'm rejoiced to the fact that it came my way. Yeah. So I think no matter what, the Bible tells us rejoice, and then it says it again. I say it again, rejoice, no matter what comes your way. And so I think that's the key to living life to the fullest, is whether you like your circumstances or not. Rejoice in it to know that you're able to have the courage to stand up to it.
Awesome. Yeah. So you pretty much lead your life with God first, obviously.
Yep.
Everything happens for a reason. That's kind of how you're living your life, and that's wonderful. That's hard to do.
It is.
But it's
well, you wonder sometimes. I think it's natural sometimes to not just question, but you wonder why. You're going through what you're going through, and then when you get through with feeling sorry for yourself, and what Jesus went through to give me an opportunity to wake up today, it doesn't seem so bad, and I think that's important. My scripture this morning I was reading was talking just about the fact of that, our bodies are dwindling away on the outside, but we're being renewed on the inside. And I think when certain situations come your way, since I've been at Gainesville, we've had things that we've had to deal with. We've had players that have had to deal with some stuff, coaches that have to deal with stuff. Our communities had to deal with different things. But you need to know that when you face those things, it's only going to help grow you and build you. You know, I mean, every year everybody kind of says January the 1st, hey, I'm going to eat right, I'm going to work out, I'm going to do all that. You can't get into no gym or anything. Give it 30 days and it'll thin back out. But the reason you work out is like if you want your body to change, then you got to put it through some kind of stress, right? And then when you break those fibers down, they come back stronger. Well, it's the same thing in life. When you can deal with certain circumstances and situations the right way and don't let them dictate your life, I think you grow from it.
Okay. So when you first moved to Gainesville, what were some of your favorite things about Gainesville?
Well, you know what's funny? I always have to tell this story. So when I learned about Gainesville, the opportunity here, people don't know this, but when I was at Hoover, my athletic director was my best friend at Hoover. He comes in, our season had just finished. We just got beat out in the semifinals, and you know, it's about a week and a half later, and we've inventoried with the kids. They're about to start back working out a little bit before Christmas, and he walks in my office. He goes, hey, you see what they're doing in Gainesville? Well, natural from anybody. I went, Gainesville, Florida.
Right.
And he said, no, Gainesville, Georgia. Well, as soon as he said that, I don't even know if I even listened to anything else he said, because the only thing I knew about Gainesville, Georgia was when I was at Hoover. So there was a camp that was called QBR camp, it was quarterback receiver camp, and they did it at Riverside Military School. We used to do it at Mercer. I went to the camp. My dad coached in the camp. When I got through playing, I wanted to coach in it. So when Mercer began to have a football program, they had to move it off of campus. So they moved it here, and I'd never been here. I mean, the first thing I experienced was the camp started on like a Thursday, I think, and we came in on a Wednesday night. We ate at Mellow Mushroom, and I'm like, oh, this is unbelievable, you know. And then we just kind of drove to Riverside Military School, and you kind of stay there. Well, in the mornings, I get up and run. So I run down Riverside Terrace or Riverside Drive, come out to Riverside Terrace, and I'm going up Green Street. Well, I see the stadium, you know, and I remember, hey, Deshaun Watson played here, you know. And then I go down to Green Street, and I see all those homes down through there. And it was just, the first thing, too, was smelling the bacon when I came around the corner from Long Street. And I was like, I've got to go eat breakfast there one morning. But I never got to. But it was neat that those things about Gainesville helped me relate to this job. And that was kind of what had impressed in my mind to remember about Gainesville. And those were good thoughts.
Awesome. That's great. So you frequent Long Street often?
Yeah, every Saturday morning.
Every
Saturday morning, yeah, maybe once for lunch during the week, and then, you know, maybe a dinner a week, too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep. Tim Bunch is a very, very good friend of mine. I don't know if there's anybody else in this community that tries to give back to this community through the ministry of what he has there. It's unbelievable, but I can't say enough about him.
Yeah, Tim's great. So as far as your coaching philosophies, what is the one thing that you want your players to take away from their time with you?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is in our program we have 4 pillars. I mean, it's the person, it's the student, it's the athlete, and the player. You know, and we don't get it in reverse order. We're not trying to develop a player and then later on try to develop a person. Right. We're trying to develop a person first. Character's big for me. You know, I want kids to be consistent. I want them to be honest. I want them to do the right thing. And when you don't do the right thing, don't be sorry that you got caught. Be sorry for what you did. And then own up to it. We're trying to create, taking these boys from boyhood to manhood. I mean, there's 3 kinds of hoods in this world. Childhood, there's boyhood, and there's manhood. Childhood, you depend on everybody. Boyhood, you depend on somebody. And in manhood, you should have to depend on nobody. And I've got to continue to build our guys. And through that process of what we're trying to create, their mindset and their heart set is creating value for them. So when they have to make decisions, when they face those times where adversity hits, because I don't think kids today face enough adversity, right. You know, and then making good decisions about what does it mean to be humble? You know, what does it mean to take pride in what you're doing? And I think those are all the little things that we try to teach, because in our program, we have 2 things. We have a standard, we have a process. Within that standard, we want our kids to wake up every day, they're going to serve, they're going to have some substance about them, and then they're going to live a life of significance. And when you talk about the process, they're going to wake up every day, they're going to have what we call people around them that care about them, and they're going to be with their teammates, and then they're going to have a purpose, and they're going to have a passion for both of those 2. And so we talk about those standards, and for me, I don't want a kid to walk out of our program, all right, because culture never graduates. I don't care how many guys you graduate, the next group that comes in, it's the same culture.
Right.
I don't want them to leave and not take these things, but I can't tell you how many countless times guys call me or text me and go, Coach, I'm using a lot of the stuff that we talked about last year. And so, that makes your heart warm when you have that, and it makes you feel like, hey, what you're doing is worth something.
What is something about this year's team that is special to you or stands out to you, different from maybe some of the other teams you coached?
Yeah, I think you'd have to go back to like my first year, in 2022, we made it to the finals. That team, I don't think anybody would have projected us to get to the finals, but just a tough-nosed group of kids that were hurting, that wanted a leader, needed a leader, really trusted in what I asked them to do. May have taken them a little while. They maybe had to make a few believers out of some of them. We lost some along the way. But I think these kids, they were connected to the culture of once we understood that, hey, look, it's about loving each other and caring for each other. And I don't know if I knew they liked each other, but I don't know if they knew that they could love each other. The second year, I thought we had unbelievable leadership. And that was Baxter Wright, Sky, my son, that group of guys that were tight-knit. They saw what it took to get to the finals. Now they wanted to get there. If we don't have a few injuries, we'd probably get back and have a chance to win it. But we lost in the quarterfinals. That group was really, really senior-led. And then, this group, to me, is probably one of the most connected groups. Okay. They love being around each other. They love spending time with each other. They love playing with each other. And they genuinely love, going to compete with each other. And when you have that, all right, and they're going to protect each other, but yet they can compete with each other at practice every day and then go out and play together on a Friday, that's when you know you got something special.
Well, we're wishing you guys the best of luck on Friday. So the game's at 7:30. Langston Hughes.
Yep.
Is there any type of community bus or anything?
I'm not sure.
That's taking fans down?
Somebody needs to put that out there. Somebody needs to put that out. Well, we need it packed. We need it standing room only. You could go on GoFan to get your tickets. And these kids need this. These kids have been through a lot the last 2 weeks.
Right.
They've dealt with a lot. But, God's good. Giving us an opportunity to go out and compete this Friday. We want to make the most of it. But I want to see everybody there. This community has done an unbelievable job of rallying around our program all the time, but these last couple of weeks for sure. And I just love to see everybody there. And we can't tell you how much we love you and we appreciate you. And go Big Red and God bless you.
Okay, one more question. Just tell me about a day in the life of you if you were not coaching. Like maybe, I know it's,
I'd be lost.
I meant what do you do for fun?
Or I'd work out for 15 hours a day. I don't know what I'd do. I really don't. My wife would probably be like, hey, man, you got to go find something else to do. She always used to tell me when I would come in, I'd be stressed out or we'd have a game or she could tell. She's like, go run. Just go,
right.
go.
That's your release.
I do a lot of walking. I do a lot of working out, in the mornings. My alarm goes off at 4:30 and try to get a workout in. And then we practice at 6:30 in the mornings. And
I know. I've been bringing Tucker every morning.
I know. Well, he's a blessing. He's a good kid, and y'all done a great job raising him. He's going to be a great player, too. But I don't know. I really don't. I would spend time with my wife, We'd probably go on more walks, so I don't know, she'd like that. I would like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I didn't have football, that's why I'm not going to retire.
Right.
I'm just not going to do it. I retired from Alabama, came over to Georgia.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it as long as I can do it. I tell people all the time I'm not 53 years old. I'm about to be 54. I've been 1 year old 53 times because I try to give a better version of myself every year. And I think it's how you look at it. Right. I remember when my parents were 53 and I thought, God, they're old.
I know, right?
And now I'm 53 and I'm like, man, they weren't old at all. If I didn't have football, I would have to find something to be competitive at. I could definitely tell you that.
Yeah. But you guys don't do anything around around.
As far as what? Don't ask about pickleball. My sons play pickleball all the time.
What would be your favorite restaurant in Gainesville?
You put me on the spot, and then everybody's gonna be like, "Hey, Well, I love Mellow Mushroom.
Okay.
I do. I love Senor Fiestas over there by the new Kroger because we live over in that area.
Okay.
Yeah. I think there's so many fantastic things here. I would probably get up. I wish I lived closer to downtown because my walks would go through downtown. You know what? I understand. Well, we may have to talk. But I just think our downtown, I tell people all the time, I love living in Hoover, but Hoover was more of a city. This is more of a community. And we didn't have a town square, and the town square and what we've done, the developing of what we've done around it, Midtown, just a lot of different things to me that a lot of people care about this community. And if you're out there and you've never been to Gainesville, like, you don't know what you're missing. But I can promise you this, if you bring up Gainesville, Georgia, somebody will have a story about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty special. I mean, every year when Mule Camp comes, I'm all in. I mean, when Christmas comes, I'm all in.
Yeah.
I'm looking for opportunities to get out. Like I told people all the time, I wanted to live in the city limits because I want to be with the people.
Right.
You know, if you want to ask me a question, that's fine. That don't mean I'm going to answer it, but I want to go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to go to church here.
Right.
You know, I'm going to get out in the community because
awesome.
I want to be around people.
Yeah.
And I want to help people like you, you know, that are growing, which you know is important here. And that's, you know, everything that we can to help our people in Gainesville become what they want to become.
Awesome. All right, so this is our last question. Georgia or Alabama for SEC?
Well, look, so here's the thing. I don't know if I played at Alabama, okay? All right, so I played at the University of Alabama from 92, 4 years, 92 through 95. So one of the years I was there, we won a national championship. One of the years, my junior year, well, my redshirt freshman year, yes, was the first time the SEC championship game was ever played in Birmingham. My sophomore year, we played again at Birmingham. I was telling a kid this story this morning, one of our players. But my junior year was the first year that the game was played in Atlanta.
Okay.
So I'm able to be a part of all of that SEC championship game because I was a part of it as a player. Look, I have to continue with my Tide. It's hard to beat anybody twice. And anytime Kirby, you know, I'm friends with Kirby. And when Kirby was on Nick's staff, I was really close to all their staff. But it's hard to beat Kirby twice now.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be tough on Alabama. But I got to go with the Crimson Tide. But I would not be surprised, though, if Georgia, you know, doesn't have their number. You're playing in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. I'm sure a lot of people from Alabama will sell their tickets to make some money maybe and sell them to some Georgia fans. Or Georgia fans will figure out a way to get in there. But, yeah, I think it'll be a good game, though. I can tell